We need some milk.
Would you rather have a high-profile job for no pay or clean sewers for $100,000 a year?
I think a high-profile job with no pay.
I would prefer to have the high-profile job without pay.
I'm cleaning sewers for $100K, man. Ain't no shame in my game.
I'm cleaning sewers. There's no question about it.
I'm gonna clean the sewers for $100,000 a year.
I'd rather the first one.
You don't want to do the dangerous, dirty jobs.
I know.
So could that possibly be why so many women earn less money than men?
Yep.
So is that based on discrimination or based on choice?
And choices.
A man's life in a nutshell. Somebody's got to do it. And little do these women know that that high-profile job with no pay is actually called being a stay-at-home mom. This is what I'll do to feminism if I had the chance.
Over here. Don't do you little bitch. Don't do nothing.
Does a man get a one-night stand? Repent and believe the gospel. You don't need no one-night stand. You need Jesus, man.
Meanwhile,
yes, I have a very perverted family.
What happens to your mom?
My mom's full Mexican.
Okay.
It's my dad that's Turkish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he more like, what the is going on?
My dad doesn't know.
To this day, he still doesn't know.
No.
Oh my God.
That is what. How is it? Nobody
because he's very curious though. He's like, how does she have her own house and how does she have like all these things?
What do you tell him?
I'm a model. He doesn't need to know.
None of his homies, nobody's just come across a video.
No.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Because you've been doing this for how many years?
But if he knew, he need to hate me.
Oh my.
But he can't because like he's like been away from my life for a long time. So like he didn't really raise me. I was raised by all women.
She says, my father didn't really raise me. Bro, that daddy issue thing is actually 110% legit.
The stares I get, I feel like people can see through my clothes, and it brings me deep shame. It makes me feel like I lost all right to my privacy, which I did because I'm one Google search away.
I wish that people would treat me how they would treat a married, registered nurse with 2.5 kids. That's how I wish people would treat me.
Mental hospitals can only do so much. When you go through something so painful, only God can restore you.
God really started to bring grace to that scripture, and he said, Brittany, this isn't the life that I have for you. The life that I have for you is going to overflow with so much peace and so much joy, and if you'll just quit the industry today, I'll bless your life like no man ever could.
I'm just a Google search away. That must be the greatest marketing scheme ever. I low-key started to get into my feels when they started talking about their struggles. Then that 2.5 kids snapped me right out of it, because a woman will never cry for what she has done, but will always cry for the consequences she has to pay. Gentlemen, please stay in your daughters' lives.
I like it when you moan in my ear.
Why'd you break up with him?
He was just so insecure with himself and just verbally abusive, just like always saying stuff. And I was like, you're crazy.
What was he saying?
Just like, you're a hoe, like just going off and just saying shit like that. Just like,
Well, men typically don't call their girl a hoe unless you're doing certain behaviors. Let's be honest here. What are you doing?
Well, obviously I was going out when like he would want me to be home, but it's just like at the end of the day, like I'm so young, what am I gonna do? Stay home?
Would it be fair to say that that's whole behavior though?
No, because I wasn't doing anything wrong. Like I was just going out with friends and he just didn't want me to do that. Like just didn't want me to do anything. But now like,
do you think it's appropriate for a girl to be going to the nightclub where there's a bunch of horny dudes trying to give her alcohol and sleep with her when she has a boyfriend?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. He would go out and do the same thing too. So it's like, why are the roles changed? Like, why can't
Are
I
men
do
and women
it
the same? Is he gonna have a bunch of girls telling him, come in a section, I'm gonna give you free liquor, I want to sleep with you, I'm really hot by the way, and I'm super attractive, I can show you a great life?
No.
So wouldn't it be fair to say that he's gonna be apprehensive about you going out?
Yes, I understand.
If your girl starts going out wearing provocative clothing, just know that she's ready to monkey branch onto the next banana to gobble on. That's equivalent to a Mercedes-Benz driving around town with a big for sale sign on it, looking for the next big buyer. And gentlemen, always remember this: accountability is a woman's kryptonite, logic is her arch nemesis, and deflection is her ultimate defense.
All right, your family knows that you are a adult film star.
Mm-hmm.
How do they embrace you?
They don't really care. I think it's funny because my littlest brother, he loves it. He's like, sister, what's your rank? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, what's your Pornhub rank? I'm like, oh, I'm like 32.
33. Oh,
33. And he's like, oh my God, you're so cool, sister. Like my bro, like they honestly don't even care.
You all your siblings, you the oldest?
Yeah, I'm the oldest. But I have like really close family because even my cousins are like my sisters. So it's a big family.
What are your female cousins?
Yeah.
Are you're close with them?
Yeah.
And what do they ask you?
They don't say anything, but I do feel bad for them because at school they do mention it and they're like, oh, your sister, like she's Violet Myers, and they're like, shut the fuck up, like who cares? Like that's the only thing I feel bad for.
So they don't ask you about the industry?
No.
Does your mother ask you about the industry?
Actually, no. Sometimes she'll tell me like how was work.
What do you say?
I'm like, you know, sometimes I do have like bad problems with like either the makeup artist or like something went wrong with the camera. So like I don't really, that's what I'll talk about, but I don't really go into detail like, yeah, I got fucked by a big ass dick.
Single mothers be raising their daughters to become professional cream of the crop of cream gobblers. Feminism goals.
A lot of guys who are very average and they don't have any problem finding women to sleep with or date or anything who's on your level.
But it's finding. I have across platforms probably over 800,000 followers that are all single men. That's why they follow me for dating advice. And I get thousands of messages every day from attractive guys that cannot get a date. And the messages are fucking sad. Like it is. Girls are not aware of the crisis out there that men are facing in the dating world. I don't think you guys can, I don't think you can speak on it because you don't know about it. You don't see them. It's way bigger than you could ever imagine. I cry about it when I read the messages.
You mentioned that you have a lot of attractive guys who cannot get a date. Why would you say that is? You can just be honest.
I think the feminism movement has completely beat down.
Interesting. I did not know Peter Griffin was on this podcast. Bro really just invited a whole entire planet on this podcast. I'm just sitting here thinking, which Star Wars character is that? Or is that Majin Buu from Dragon Ball Z?
He needs some milk.
I'm supposed to settle for regular type dude.
How tall are you?
I am 5'3".
Dress size?
10.
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
157.
And what would you rank yourself, 1 to 10?
That's 6.
Almost 33 pounds, 33% over your ideal target weight. And you have 2 children. Overall, does that make you below average, average, or above average?
Average.
Then why should you get above average? What do you mean settle for? You should get what you are. Let's be honest. Why should an average woman say she's settling for an average man? Why would you be settling and he wouldn't? So what would he be doing? Would he be upgrading?
He don't got no money. So if he don't have no money.
You ain't fine enough for no money. You said you're 6. You don't get money.
Okay, so if I wanted a high value man, what do I do?
Be reincarnated.
Be reincarnated. That's a great way to send somebody into the deep depths of oblivion and absolutely annihilate somebody's entire existence in less than 5 words. And to all you guys who think Kevin Samuels is mean, this is actually how men are treated daily. We are absolutely honest with each other and we do not blast them lies like these feminists do.
The women got a pool, or got paid out from a pool of $30 million from the Women's World Cup. The men would draw from a pool of $400 million, okay? $400 million, $30 million. Why is that? It's because the Men's World Cup generates $6 billion in revenue. The Women's World Cup generates $131 million in revenue. If you want to talk about pay disparity, the Women's World Cup players get paid out 20% of the total revenue. The men get paid out 7%. As a percentage point, they are getting much more. The problem is, for anybody desiring equal pay, and by the way, I think equal pay is a ridiculous concept in and of itself. If the women generate more revenue, they should get paid more than the men. Don't strive for getting the same, strive for getting what you're worth. And if you're worth more, then get more.
I can confidently say and 100% believe that there were no feminists in that room that day, because not once was the man interrupted, nor was he cut off. It was absolutely refreshing. And gentlemen, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Negus.
Negus. What is the language of origin?
Ethiopian to Amharic.
What is the definition?
A king. It's used as a title of the sovereign of Ethiopia. Negus.
Negus. Could you use it in a sentence?
The Negus ruled Ethiopia until the coup of 1974.
Negus. Could you repeat the definition?
Say the word loudly for the judges.
Negus.
One more time.
Negus.
Negus.
Negus. Negus. N-E-G-U-S. Negus.